Hello. I'm going to show you my new improvements here to this network terminal. It's using FabGL. And this runs over telnet to a server from Sweden in United States. From Sweden to United States. And it's this TeleBASIC site that I've shown before. Okay, now should we look at this? It's a bit slow here because I run over my phone. So it's not, you can look at this source code at the my site because I've but it is using special escape codes that is only supported by this terminal in FabGL. And so here are the function definitions, and that uses this special control code. You see here, say R27, that's escape. And now we should look at another example. So I put in delays here because in this program I showed you, because it needs to be slowed down. I had this problem before, but I think it works better now. I've improved it somewhat by taking in code from another program. It's called MultitaskingCPM. I've taken in code from that, so that has improved it. Now we should try another program here, and that is sound, I think. I could list that first. So there we see the sound program here. And now I should run it here. So that goes from 100 to 2000, and then it calls a subroutine that makes a sound, and that uses escape codes to send the frequency and how long it should sound and at what volume. And then I have a delay for 100 milliseconds. And then that delay, then the server in United States listens to me sending it the $sign from here, like if I had pressed $sign on the keyboard. So now it goes up here. So it's a bit slow here, but that's could be these delays because it's slow communication here using this phone network. So I use the same phone I used last time, this cheap phone here with the phone network. So now it goes down here from 2000 to 100, and then it will end by itself here. So there it will end there, and here it is. It makes the sound is S0. It's a sine wave, and then the frequency is sent out. It converted from number to string here, and here I send this 100 millisecond delay. So now it's soon going to end here. Okay, then we could check the other examples here. So the next here is the sprite. I could show here, I mean, here you see a planet like Saturn, then followed by a small spaceship. We could probably make it darker here. I try it again here. So these are sprites using terminal. Then from United States, this program runs here. So it's rather far away. And then it's also my slow network here, but it works rather well anyway. So we should not look into details here. But also, I put in delays, but then I removed them again. So I used this function from the sound routine, but I only called the delay part here. No, I return immediately there. So I removed the delay by returning, but before I needed to have it. So you can see here further, here are the string functions then that prints out the code sent to the terminal. So here you can see this spaceship that flew around. It's kind of visible there, but this Saturn planet is a bit more difficult to see, I think. I'm not exactly seeing it, but see if more things here. Yeah, I could show one more thing here. So this was not supposed to work, but I will show here in this terminal how it should look. So you already see it there, but I could run it here. So it shows numbers and a palette with different colors. This doesn't work here, but I think it's because it's not supported at all. So it's not supposed to work anyway. But the program is there anyway. But so I this is made for this telehack site, and then I had to improve it a little because there was some error in it. Well, I could quit here. I think I could type exit. There are different ways to quit this. Then I should say list files here. then they have a editor here with syntax coloring. So here we can see this program that painted graphs, these different figures that I showed first. So here it is with syntax coloring. So it sets different pen colors and scrolls and it draws points there. So that was the first thing, and then it draws lines. Then it's filled rectangles. So I use page down here to see it. And then we have filled polygons. So there I think I slowed it down using this sound function to delay it. Yeah, so here I call the delay, here I call it 1100, so then I go into a special delay routine there. But it's a bit shorter, it's I think it's 10th of a second or so. No, the long delay is 10th of a second, and it's hundredths of a second then, I think. But it takes longer here, but this must be due to the communication that it sends information back and forth in order to get the delay, because it is this terminal that times the delay. Yeah, so here we are. And so this editor here, one can see that here we are, column 1 of 130 and line 103 of 116. So we can go to the end here. Now 130 of 130 there. So yeah, so this editor works rather well, even though it's on a terminal. Yes, and I should quit it here. Control-C. There is built-in help function also you could use. Okay. Yes, so we could quit here now. So I use Control-D, log out. So we should see here if we return or not. So it seems to have been stuck there. But I could see here if I can fix this here using this reset button here. So now it reboots here, and I have a script now that logs in automatically to my Wi-Fi router. That is the phone here now. This small phone I showed before. You can see it here. So this is the router. And then it switches here to Norwegian keyboard. And I could test here the keys. So you see it Norwegian Ä. But then it's not Norwegian Ä, because there is no Norwegian Ä in this code page 437. That this program uses. So therefore I have the Swedish here. Then you can use dead keys also. So let's see, and so you press this key here, and then you can press U here. Then you get German Y. So you can type Uber if you want, but that doesn't work here. Yeah, so I've enabled some dead keys that didn't work so well before. And also I have this carré, it's called. But then there is another dead key here. Accent grave works, but acute accent doesn't work yet. Because no of those, so this doesn't work. It's here then, so if I press Alt-GR and this, and then E, I should get acute accent, but I don't get that. So that's a bit of a mystery why that doesn't work. Also tilde, but you can type this anyway because it has a special key, so you can type this acute accent by itself. But then there is this key, tilde, that you press this, and then, for instance, N for Spanish, ni. That doesn't work also. So, but if you press this key by itself, and then space, you get tilde, because I program it. It's only those that uses Alt-GR or Alt-right Alt that doesn't work so well. But the others work, and then I made some special exceptions so I can type all characters in ASCII anyway. So also these backslash and vertical characters work, and they are configured so it works both for the Swedish positions and the Norwegian position, because they are not the same. And I should put in some Danish characters too. So this is the Norwegian position for those. So it has been improved here, and so now, by the way, you see here it's screen size, and 640 for an 8. That's the graphics resolution, and then we have 8025. When I run this before, we had 80 times 34, but we didn't have graphics enabled, so it was 0 by 0, so we couldn't run the graphic samples, but the sound sample still works if you run it with 34 rows. But now I have a possibility here to configure this by using this define graphics controller. If I define that variable, see if we can see it here. I'm not sure it is visible here, but we can try. Yeah, it's here anyway, but then there is some code there with if def and else and end if, so conditional compilation. But in the future it would be good if one could change that during the running of the terminal emulator, so you don't have to recompile it to change these moods. So yes, and we can try this help command here. I typed wrong here. Oh, I see. Oh, I see here. Yeah, so I've updated how it looks now, but then I have a new command here that is called clear. That clears the screen, but it's mostly useful in scripts, so therefore I have it here. And then I can also, it has an alias, CLS, clear screen, if you prefer that from some operating systems. Yeah, and then I could start here to show how I log into Telehack. I should say telnet. Telnet, Telehack. It's a bit difficult to see here. Yeah, so that worked now. And then I can log in here. I think it is slow now because it's more busy server. So should log in here. Okay, and I could also see here, because I've tested it a bit more now. So I've got some new awards. So I have this hacker, radio, net, ret user, returned user, RTFM, postmaster account. Yeah, so I've increased my degrees here. And I could show here that they have a radio station here. So if I press here, you can hear radio here on this here. So you should see here. We should see if there is a sound coming, but you can check the playlist here. So there is no music playing right now, But you can see that I'm on here, Lund, Sweden. So we have to wait before there is the queue is empty. And then you can like songs here too. And they will go to a list then. But unfortunately, they don't play anything right now. Try this some other day. Okay, I could finish off running this graph program here again. So it goes very fast. When you run this in this other program that they have, MultitaskingCPM, it goes with different speed. But this is actually slowed down here because I have the timer then between each call to the polygon function. So therefore this takes a rather long time. But I could probably remove those delays because I had this problem that the communication stopped and it reset automatically and things like that. But then I brought in some changes from NetworkTerminal. And so it was these things here: disable core 0 watchdog timer and 1 watchdog timer, and decrease memory to save RAM and things like that. And then it became more stable. I have one more thing to show here, because I have this mouse here, and this can be used here in a demo. So we should run that first, load it here. Could do clear here too, clear screen, and then list it. Yeah, so here it is, this program, and now I run this here. And then this shows here the mouse position. So if I go to this corner here, it becomes, well, if I can get it to the exact corner here, 0, 0 it should be. It's close, but it has been this before. Now it's 0, 0. And it's hexadecimal, 3 digits there. So therefore it can be difficult to interpret this. But it should be, you know, this 640 by 480 resolution. So I'm not sure if it's there. And then you can also press the buttons here. So press the first button. The last digit will become 1. And I release this. It becomes 0. It takes a bit of time here. Now I press the middle button, then it becomes 2. And I release that. And then I press this button here, the right button. Now it becomes 4. And then you can also scroll using the scroll wheel, but then it becomes 1 and 3 and 2. So that should be some delta between readings, but not sure how, because it stays that way after you've stopped rolling anyway. So I don't know how long time it takes before it goes back to 0. It seems, I know it went back. So it seems everything seems to work in here with this mouse here. So stop this here, Control-C. But then you still have the mouse. Because this sends some instructions to the terminal, and then the terminal sends it back like it's someone is typing at it, typing these mouse position commands. But I had to change that from the original, because the original then for MBASIC used this input $12 that inputs 12 characters and then puts them in this string $S. But that doesn't work, so I had to use in key instead and loop myself here 12 times and put in 1 character at a time in this string, and then could print it out. Because this TeleBASIC doesn't have this input string with number of characters. Yeah, it has the function, but then this 12 is just a dummy for that, and you have to press enter every time. But in this MBASIC command, it inputs the characters automatically without anyone having to press enter. Yeah, but so this worked very well. Okay. Yes. Bye then for me. If I can quit this now. Okay, so then we stop streaming now. Bye-bye. Hope you enjoyed the video. Press like, and also please subscribe if you're interested in more videos like this.